So the webinar will run for about an hour. Kindly remain muted and please turn your video off. Just give me a second. Yes, kindly remain muted and turn your videos off. You may post your questions in the main chat and I will read it when it's time for questions. This presentation is going to be uploaded on our YouTube page. Please, we'll post the link for the YouTube page. Please go sign up. And there are lots of great contents there that will improve your act as a business analyst, project manager, or a data analyst. We even have some webinars on data, process automation, and artificial intelligence. So there are a mix of videos there that will really benefit you. Unfortunately, we don't share our slides, but you can always watch the replay of the webinar on our YouTube page. This is me. This is the most difficult slide for me talking about myself, but I'm Harry Madusha. I'm usually called the BA priest, and there are so many reasons to that. I have several certifications. I can't put all of them here, so I just put the one that I remember. And I've been working as a business analyst in the IT space, in business space for over 15 years. I've worked in several domains: marketing, sales and distribution, enterprise solution, insurance. I've just been working in different domains and different areas. I'm the founder of NITEC Learning, and we are a business and technology training and consulting firm. We consult for small and medium-sized organizations, but we also provide training services to individuals and corporate organizations too. One quote I always like, which I share, can we mute this? Okay. So one quote I really love and I like to talk about is this one, and it says by Thomas Jefferson: "I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more of luck I have." So that just means that luck is directly related to the amount of work that you put in. So luck doesn't just fall. Luck is a product of hard work. So, and if you do put in the hard work, for some of you, you are wanting to come into business analysis or whatever in your life you're trying to come into, don't give up. Keep pushing, keep pressing, keep learning, keep developing yourself. Opportunities will come. What is most important is that opportunity needs to meet you prepared. So preparation is what is key. Opportunity abounds. I know there's a saying that an opportunity once lost will never be regained. I don't believe in that. Opportunities will always come. Maybe that particular one, but it might come up in another form. But opportunities abound. Just get yourself prepared. So don't give up. You have applied, you are not getting any response. Don't give up. Keep learning. Keep applying. And as a business analyst, what we do is we do a lot of analysis. So why am I not getting the interview? Do some analysis on yourself. What is wrong with my resume? Investigate. That's why you're a BA. And if you are still having issues, just send us an email and we'll talk about that. But I really love this quote and I like to share it. In relation to the topic we are going into, there's something I really want to just emphasize, which is what exactly is business analysis? If you look at our topic, is mainly focused on the future of business analysis. Where is business analysis going 10 years from now? The most disruptive technology that we have right now, the most disruptive technology we have right now is AI, artificial intelligence. One very recent one is ChatGPT. We have all kinds of GPTs now for video, for text, and different things. And I just wanted to talk about how this will impact the future of business analysis. Is it going to take away business analysis? Will there not be business analysts anymore? What will be the effect? But before we talk about that, what exactly is business analysis? In my own simple term, there are all kinds of classic university dictionary definition, but simply business analysis is analyzing business needs or problems and providing solutions to solve those problems. When I took the first poll about what is your job title or what role do you occupy now, I can tell you, as most of you have solved the problem in this life. Okay. If you have not solved the problem at your work, you solve the problem at home, you solve the problem. Even trying to get to work every day is a need that you are trying to meet. And there's some form of analysis that you do there. So you are a business analyst. You might not be carrying the title, but you are a business analyst in one way or the other. And that's why I believe your past experience is not completely wasted if you are trying to pivot into business analysis. And business analysis enables enterprises to articulate their needs, determine solutions, and help solve business problems. I think they should have called this business/human analysis, because business analysis is beyond business, and that statement I make is pivotal to what I want to talk about today, because AI can replace some part of what business analysis does, but it cannot replace the human touch. It can't replace that there's a human part of what business analysts do. It is almost impossible for AI to replace that. And I'm sure most of you already have those kind of experience, or you've engaged in things like that. So let's talk about the different types of BA skills. There are all kinds of BA skills. There are two broad types of BA skills. One of them one part is the soft skills, and the other one, the hard skills. As a business analyst, like I tell people, business analysis is a mindset, but it is also a skill set. So it is, first of all, how you think. There's someone in the background, but I can't seem to identify that person. Ken, if you can help me just to mute. Okay, great. So business analysis is a mindset, and it's also a skill set. What you are seeing right now is the skill set, but it's also a mindset. It's a way of thinking, and from that definition where I said that I gave you earlier, that business analysis analyzing business problems or human problems and providing solution. You will see that even a doctor is performing some form of business analysis or human analysis. A nurse performs business analysis or human analysis. A pharmacist performs some form of business analysis or human analysis. So for the soft skills of business analysis, we have communication skills, which I am sure most of you, even if you call yourself a doctor here, you have some of these soft skills, and that is why if you come to us, regardless of what your title is, we can help you. We can help bring you into that business analysis field and bring that business analyst out of you, because you already exist. Human innovation is another business analysis skill. Your ability to look at a problem, your ability to look at an area that nobody has worked on, and you are able to innovate. It's just it's something humans don't have. AI doesn't have innovation. Human analysis too, your ability to look at people's problems, your ability to look at how they are explaining what they are saying. Critical thinking, the ability to separate what is important from what is not important. It's humans that can do that. Listening skills, stakeholder management. These are all transferable skills from whatever you've done before that you can bring into business analysis. Now, some of the hard skills are data analysis, which we do in our training, knowledge of SQL, which we do to business writing, process modeling, use case modeling, and requirements documentation. Forgive me if you see my eyes moving around, because I'm using 3 screens, so trying to navigate. So I just wanted to say business analysis is a mindset, but it's also a skill set. But the skill set is divided into 2. The soft skills, which are the human skills, and the hard skills, which are the technical skills of a business analyst. So you see requirements documentation. How do you document a requirement? What does a requirement mean? What are the qualities of a good requirement? Some of you know that, some don't know that. But how should a requirement be written? What are the types of requirements? When should requirements be used? How do you write them? Use case model is also a hard skill. And what does use case mean? It just means how does a user interact with the solution? Now, that's not the essence of this class, so I won't go too deep dive. Now, we've talked about business analysis and types of business analysis skills. Now, let's talk about what is AI, what's artificial intelligence. In simple terms, I am not going into any technical. I tried my best to make it as simple as possible. Artificial intelligence is just how to make machines think and act like humans, simply. How do you make a machine think? How do you make a machine sense? How do you make it act or adapt or reason? And you can break that down into machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, and it just focuses on how do we help computers? How do we train computers to perform tasks without necessarily programming? So we want the machine to learn itself. We don't want to hard code what we want. That's what we mean by explicit programming. We don't want to hard code what we want the computer to do. We just want the computer, after giving some particular instructions or algorithm, you should be able to figure out other things subsequently. So there's someone not muted. Okay. So we want the machine to be able to learn by itself. The same way you treat a child and you want your child to learn certain things, you teach them some things and they begin to learn the rest themselves. That's machine learning. It's a subset of artificial intelligence. Now, there's a subset of machine learning which is called deep learning. And deep learning is just about neural networks where you train your algorithm or your machine with massive data, and the machine can take that and begin to learn how to respond. One popular one that you remember are the GPTs. They are called the generative pre-trained transformers. So they are neural networks, you pre-train them and they are able to respond back to the user. It's called a generative pre-trained transformer. Examples of GPTs are ChatGPT, which some of you know about. If you don't know about ChatGPT, you need to learn about it. It's a very interesting tool that I feel has massive, massive, massive benefits for a business analyst if you know how to use it. Now, one disclaimer, ChatGPT is not error-free. It is actually error-prone. But as long as you understand that it's error-prone, then you engage it with some form of intelligence and you don't rely completely on the information that it gives you. So that's about artificial intelligence. And this year I just broke GPTs down a little more. But for ChatGPT itself, it was developed by OpenAI. Remember, I was talking about Elon Musk, and some of the things that he was saying about ChatGPT. Okay. So I think at this point, I think I want to take another poll. Let me just share. You can go to Menti again. Go to Menti. I posted something on Menti. And the code this time is, let me post the code. The code is 8678 8012. 8012. Yeah, I just posted it. So go to Menti again and let's try this poll. I'm going to share my screen so you get to see what I'm seeing too. So go to Menti and let's try this poll. Have you personally worked with AI in your business analysis role? Go to menti.com, put in that code, and let's try the poll. I don't want to be the only one talking, so let's try it together. Have you personally worked with AI? When I mean AI, of course, you know what AI means. ChatGPT is a subset of AI too. So, and there are different AI tools that are available out there. I'm not getting any response yet. No active poll. It's on my screen. Is it not active? Oh, okay. The error you are getting is no active poll. That's the error you are getting. No active questions. Oh, no active questions. Okay, I'm not sure why that is happening. I'm not sure why that is happening. Okay, no problem. Let's keep it. I'm not sure. Okay, no problem. Let's keep it. I don't want to waste our time with that. I'm not sure why that is happening. Thank you for the information. So now let's move on to, so in talking about this on the impact of AI on business analysis, the future of business analysis, I wanted to do I went online to try and see if I could get um, in-demand jobs, for 2023. And I was able to get some in-demand jobs for 2023, just so that you can see what the market is saying about what is in demand, so you know how to prepare yourself. I went to Hayes. Hayes is a recruiting organization, and staffingindustry.com made a post about the 10 in-demand jobs for 2023. And one of them is, the first one is business analyst, which speaks a lot, which speaks volume. And it's because business analysis, um, it's like we call ourselves the bridge between technical and business people. And we have both, we are skilled in both, we have skills, both soft skills and hard skills. So it's a very critical role. I started my career working in a technical role. I know how much technical people don't want to talk to business people because they don't speak the same language. But a business analyst is like the bridge, and every bridge has two, pardon my language, every bridge has two legs. You are landing on one island and the other one is on the other island. So we know how to speak to technical and we know how to speak to business people. So I'm not really surprised that business analyst is one of the, from ACE perspective, is one of the top in-demand jobs for 2023. So you are actually not in the wrong place. Project manager is one, .NET developer, data analysts, Java developers, cloud engineer, DevOps engineers, data engineers, change management or change manager. So there's another one I went through. I'm going to show us now. But before I go through that, we are having a training that is coming up. It's starting April 22nd. And it's our 9 weeks course on business analysis and data analytics. Before now, we've not delved too much into data analytics. We do SQL, but now we're going to do a little deep dive into data analytics. What is data? What are the kinds of data? How do you visualize data? How do you manipulate data? The various ways of manipulating data, because I see that a lot of business analysts these days have a large chunk of data work to do. So we're going to be mixing up our work, what we are going to do with some form of data analytics, and send us an email. The seats are fast being taken. We are starting April 22nd. I'll be taking the class. We have other awesome faculties that will also be part of the class. We have one class that just ended. We're just working on their resumes and making sure that their interview skills are top notch. So if you're interested, please let us know. Send us an email. Join our WhatsApp group. It has been posted. And join our WhatsApp group and you get more information on that. You also have opportunity to write your Scrum and Lean Six Sigma certifications. It's all part of the fee. I wouldn't call it free, but it's part of the fee. So do contact us. I'm sure some of us know Global News. Global News is a Canadian news organization, and they also had their own 10, 15 most in-demand jobs for 2023. And if you look at those jobs, there are all kinds of jobs here, but I'm particular about number 12. It's called the business systems analyst. If you go into detail, this is the website under here. You can go to the website. If you go into detail on what they mean by, what they meant by the business systems analyst is just exactly what the business analyst, that's just another name they call business analyst. So I just want to make you know that business analysis is not something that is going to disappear anytime soon. It's going to be here for a very long time, regardless of technology or what kind of new technologies that come up, that comes up in the future. Now, the ultimate question, will AI replace, why AI cannot replace business analysis? I wanted to take a poll, but unfortunately I can't. My Menti meter is not working. I don't really know why. That's very sad. But AI cannot replace a BA for several reasons. And one of those reasons is, can you help me? Yeah, one of those reasons, like I mentioned, is your communication skills. So a business analyst must be able to communicate complex technical information in very easy to understand business language. Now, this is not something that AI currently can do, and I don't think they'll be able to do in a while, because human beings are different and unique. My way of assimilating information is different from your way of assimilating information. But as a human being, for me to talk to you, understand your needs, I'm not just listening to what you're saying, but I'm looking at your body language. AI currently cannot do that. I don't think you'll be able to do that in a while to come. So communication skills is something that is very critical. In business analysis, we do stakeholder management, and stakeholder management is directly linked to communication skills. We have stakeholders that are highly influential on a project, and we have stakeholders that are highly interested or maybe not interested. So by the time you juggle all these dimensions together, you actually need a human being to be able to figure out the best communication style for a particular stakeholder. So business analysts must also be able to collaborate with different teams and stakeholders to gather requirements. AI cannot replicate these interpersonal skills that business analysts possess. The second reason is critical thinking skills. Business analysts possess critical thinking skills and the ability to exercise judgment, based on their knowledge and experience. And AI, on the other hand, is based on certain algorithms or statistical model. So AI might be able to provide insight based on data analysis, but it cannot provide that human reasoning and intuition. I'm sure sometimes you talk to stakeholders and the person is giving you all the right answers, but you just know that this stakeholder is off one way or the other. Either they are not interested. I was working on a project where, and I usually tell my students this, I was working on a project where I was the lead for the business unit. We're trying to do a transformation to automate some processes, digitize some of their processes. And each time I talk to the lead of the department, she would say certain things, but I knew there was something wrong. My intuition was telling me there was something wrong. She wasn't giving me everything. Now, there's no way for me to know if I was getting the full information because I was just learning, but she was saying things I knew there was just something wrong. AI might not be able to do that. And one of the days I saw her in the coffee room, and I just got talking about weather, family, and every other thing that is not work. And that made her a lot more comfortable. And I asked her, I noticed that you don't really, I noticed, is there anything about me coming to your floor, to your office? And she was able to open up that I think if you do this project, we'll lose our jobs, and that really scares me and it scares everybody in my team. And I was able to explain, no, if we look through your KPIs, you have about, I can't remember, but let's say you have about 10 things to do. But you have some repetitive, mundane tasks that are just 1%, 10% of what you do, but they are taking too much of your time. So I'm trying to help you automate those processes so that you can have time to meet your KPIs and do the other 9 things that you should be working on. So this is not a replacement for your job. It's just a way to make you work a lot more effectively. And she was happy. She bought it, and we're able to work with her. The next time I went, everybody was willing to talk, and we're able to deliver that project. That is critical thinking. That is something, human judgment, that only a human being can bring, or only a business analyst can bring. Another reason is stakeholder management, and which I did mention. Some stakeholders are interested. There's a tool we use in business analysis called the interest and influence grid. And that just tries to classify stakeholders according to their influence and their interest, and tells you exactly how to manage those stakeholders to make them more interested in your project. If somebody is influential and is not interested in your project, they can derail your project. If somebody is not influential, and they are interested, they might uh, they might help drive your work, but we need those influential people to be able to make things move fast and move well. And sometimes some people are not influential and they are also not interested, but we can find a way to make them interested, because one way they might become advocates for that particular project that you are working on. So stakeholder management is key, and that is something that AI cannot do. Listening skills. Right now, you are listening to me. Well, I believe you are listening to me. I hope you are listening to me. But as a business analyst, we do something called active listening, where you are not listening to respond like you do to your friends. Not everybody's like that anyway, but you are listening to understand the need. Remember my definition of business analysis. It is understanding human and business needs and providing solutions to those problems or to those needs. So you need, as business analysts, we listen actively, not just to respond, but to understand the problem so that we can better, help the users or the business to solve those particular problems. Right now, AI does not have that form of listening ability, but business analysts have them. Adaptability. A business analyst must be able to adapt to changing business needs and priorities. I don't know if you've seen a case as a business analyst where you are working on a project, and by the time you are done signing off your requirements, which is usually a classic interview question, what do you do when you have signed off your requirements in a waterfall environment, and your business and developers are working, and your business brings a new set of, or some new set of requirements? What do you do? A business analyst must be adaptable. Meaning, if we have changing priorities, if we have changing requirements, if we have changing needs, you must be able to adapt to those changing needs. Remember, AI is programmed with certain data and certain algorithms. So they are not programmed with every possible scenario that could happen. But we are human beings. Things happen and things change. You could even have a major stakeholder leave the project, maybe a major developer that is most knowledgeable, leave your project in the middle of the project. What do you do? A business analyst will be able to adapt. Business analysts must be able to pivot and adjust their approach to problem solving as needed. AI is based on predefined algorithms and statistical model, and cannot currently adapt to changing business needs as easily as humans or business analysts can. This is one critical reason why AI cannot replace BAs in many years to come. I don't want to say never, but I'm almost tempted to say never because of that human angle. And the last reason that I noted is what is the domain expertise. You work in an area, maybe as you're working in insurance. There are a lot of people that are working in insurance as domain experts, but they do business analysis work. Business analysts have expertise in their specific business domain. I have a colleague here that works in health area or health domain, and she's a master in health domain. She works with data, and I've worked in insurance too, health insurance, and there are different domains, different expertise in which we work, and we can apply this knowledge to identify and define problems and recommend solutions. AI might be helpful in data analysis, but it cannot replace industry-specific knowledge that business analysts possess. So there are many more reasons, but with these 6 reasons, I believe that AI can't replace business analysts anytime soon. Now, let's talk about the jobs that AI might replace. Now, I want to say again, the jobs that AI might replace. I'm not saying definitively. And my source of information was ChatGPT. I just went to ask ChatGPT, tell me what jobs you think AI will replace in the next 10 years. And it gave me a list. So if you are doing any of this is not the, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but it's just, something that ChatGPT gave me. Data entry. And the reason why data entry is here is just entering data can be done faster than any human. Artificial intelligence can enter data way faster than any human. So data entry and processing, customer service, because sometimes you even go to some sites and you have some chatbots that can chat with you. When issues are getting complex, then they redirect you to somebody, a human that can provide you service. Telemarketing and sales, administrative support, bookkeeping and accounting. I'm not saying this accounting one in a bad way, but if I have a lot of people that I have mentored and coached that are accountants, and um, I believe that if you're an accountant, your profession is evolving. You need to evolve with it. You don't want uh, you don't want to be left behind. So if you are doing bookkeeping, just I'm not going to say everything. Just physically think about it. That's just all I can say. Manufacturing and assembly line work, and that's because there's a lot of automation, machine automation going on right now. Transportation and delivery. The question I ask is, which jobs will AI replace in the next 10 to 20 years? So right now, AI is not replacing transportation, but with all these battery powered cars that we have. Now we have battery car powered trucks, and very soon they will master those things. We have sensors on the road, or they'll work with the satellite, and it's going to be transportation might be taken over by AI. Maybe not completely, but some part of it. Security guards. Right now, you have all kinds of cameras and sensors that send information and alerts. Even in your home, you could have cameras that send alerts to say there's somebody in the front door. There's an Uber wanting to make delivery. So you almost sometimes don't even need a security guard. You only need security guard when there are exceptions, meaning something is happening that shouldn't happen and you need a human to intervene. Means that if you should have 10 guards, you might not need 10 guards anymore. You might just need 2, while AI supplements for the work of what the other ones are doing. Translation and interpretation and journalism. Anyway, and the reason why journalism is there, I don't know, but I think I wasn't the one that made this up. So, but I think that might just be because of citizen journalism that is beginning to come up. Elon Musk talks a lot about citizen journalists, where it is
I
the
don't get you.
citizens, that talk about the citizens that talk about what is going on, and they inform others about what is going on. Now, I'm not saying our regular journalism is going to fade. I'm just saying that if you're in that area, just think about it, do a lot more research on that. Now, I want to talk about, does a business analyst use ChatGPT as a tool? Now, ChatGPT is one of our topmost generative pre-program um, transformers that we have now. Very, very, very effective tool. And I want to put a disclaimer. It is not always accurate. So have that at the back of your mind. So you need to do some more secondary research. Don't take everything he says, hook, line, and sinker, will get you in trouble. Number 2, don't put your company information on ChatGPT. You don't want your organization to sack you for doing that. So sensitive information, do not put. But apart from that, it still does an excellent job. What are ways that business analysts could use ChatGPT? Number 1, interview assistant. ChatGPT can help you to generate. Okay, for instance, you have a job. Let me see if I can find one. Where do you get jobs? Okay, business analysis jobs. So let's say you have a business analyst job that you want to apply for. I'm putting one here just in front of the screen, and you could go to one of these AI tools. It's not only ChatGPT. There's another one called round1interview.com. With round1interview.com, all you have to do is just go there, see like this job you are seeing on my screen, take this responsibility or everything, paste it in ChatGPT or paste it in round1interview.com and tell it to generate interview questions. And round one, what's the name again? Round1interview.com will listen to you give the answer and tell you how convincing your answers are. So it is actually that sophisticated. So it's not just going to give you questions based on the job role, but it will ask you questions. I think you actually hear somebody asking the question, thank you for coming, this is my first question, and you provide the answer. After providing the answer, it will tell you how well you answered. It will tell you how well you were, how convincing you sound. It will tell you how accurate what you are saying or what you said, was. So it does help in that. Also, it can also help you in generating responses. So you have an interview, you have some interview questions, you put it on these AI tools, and you put in your answer, and they will tell you how your answers sound. Or they can suggest to you likely answers to interview questions. They are powerful tools. I don't think I have the time. I would have loved to test ChatGPT with you on interviews, and you could ask it a question, or you could tell it to generate some answers to some likely BA questions, and you will see it to give you certain answers that can help you in your preparation. Now, I want to say, do not go to your interview and lie. I'm just saying you can use ChatGPT to assist you, in becoming more rounded in the way you answer interview questions. If you have, so it's just, okay, yeah. Kemi, please, let's take all the questions so I don't get distracted, but let's take all the questions. I will answer your questions. Please put your questions in the chat and we'll take them later. Okay, so interview assistants. The next one is your resume. So some of these AI tools, ChatGPT is one of them, they could help you in your resume, in developing your resume. So let's say you have a job description, like the one I showed you earlier. You could take those job description and you could put it on the AI tool, and it will give you some, what's the word? It will give you some task that you can put on your resume in relation to that particular job. So what it does is that it helps you to target your resume. It doesn't help you to develop all your resume, but it helps you to target. Another thing that it can do, if you take everything you have in your resume and you dump it there, it can help you provide a LinkedIn summary. So let's say you say, summarize everything in my resume in 300 words. These AI tools, Round One and ChatGPT, they will summarize everything you've done, and you can put that on your LinkedIn, or you can tell it, develop for me a cover letter based on this resume, and you put all that, and it will develop a cover letter for you very, 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 very easily. So I see AI more as an assistant, and that's why you see me say interview assistants, resume assistants. They can assist you to become a lot more productive and a lot more effective in your BA work. Now let's go to the other thing. Initial research. So let's say you have a project for my students, or for the classes, the boot camps that I run on business and data analytics. We have case studies that we work with. Somebody's not muted again. Okay. So let's say, for instance, we have case studies that we work on, and you needed to do an initial research. There's still somebody not muted. And you need to do an initial research. You could take that initial research to that. Let's say you are working on a health management system, or you are working on I can't remember any case study now. They are all flying from my head. You are working, you have a particular data and you want to analyze that data. You can just copy the first 20 rows or 10 rows. Remember, do not put company sensitive information on these tools, please. That's a disclaimer. I'm saying that now, so don't say I didn't say that. Do not put company sensitive information on these public tools, please. But let's say you have data that you wanted to analyze on your own. You can copy the first 10 rows and the columns and paste it there and tell it to analyze it. To give you a very good analysis. It's not completely accurate because you can't put all the data there, but at least it gives you an idea of things on insights that you can gain from that particular data. Or you are working on a project to build something for a health management system or an insurance tool. And you could go there and tell ChatGPT. For those that are my students here, you could actually ask ChatGPT, give me a use case model with certain parameters, and it will generate it. Give me a use case model with, give me a use case model narrative. Let me frame that properly. Give me a use case model narrative with the preconditions, the post conditions, the descriptions, what other relationships do we have? And you put all the conditions and all the relationships there. And ChatGPT will actually generate all that for you the way that you have listed, and those just help you in your analysis, and it helps you to do a well-rounded form of documentation. Okay, so it can help you for your initial research. It can also help you for your data analysis. I was way too ahead of myself. I already spoken about data analysis. It can help you for your data analysis. You put the first 10 rows and the columns, and ChatGPT will give you insights on that particular data. ChatGPT could also help you in your certification preparation. Now, this is one that most people do not think about. Let's say you are preparing for your CBAP. You can go to ChatGPT and pick a knowledge area. So let's say you want a knowledge area on enterprise analysis, and you say, give me a summary of enterprise analysis, or give me the main topics or the main things I should focus on enterprise analysis if I am to write the Certified Business Analysis Professional certification. It will give you a summary. Now, I'm not saying rely fully on that, but if you are doing your revision, it could help you. Or maybe you are just starting to read for it. It could help give you a guide. And maybe you are finding a very particular concept very difficult to understand. For instance, people find the idea of functional and non-functional requirements very difficult to grasp. Go to ChatGPT and say, you know what? As a business analyst, can you explain to me, like you're explaining to a 10-year-old, the difference between functional and non-functional requirements? Now, you might say, Harry, that's a stupid question, but sometimes you meet, I'm working on a project right now, and in the project, there's a particular terminology I came across. That's data ontology. I've actually never had data ontology in my life. I was like, wow, it sounds medical, but it exists. I did a research, but there are all kinds of information. I actually agreed to what exactly is data ontology and explain it in a very easy way. And that led me from data ontology to all kinds of information about that is related to data ontology. So you can use it for your certification preparation. You can also use it to generate questions. You can use it to generate questions for your certifications. Now, disclaimer, do not completely rely on ChatGPT or these AI tools, but at least they can provide some form of guide to you. Okay, please remember that if you have questions, you can post your questions and I will answer your questions. Okay, we've exceeded our time. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about this training coming up again on the 22nd. Please send us an email and we can always talk about it. It's a 9 weeks business analysis and data analytics training. We've not had we've had SQL, but now we'll do a little more deep dive, a little more deep dive into it. You have access to your Scrum and Lean Six Sigma. We do resume preparation, interview skills. One of the things we talk about in interview is how to answer questions. So I teach you about storytelling. How do you tell an interesting story? How do you tell a story that is captivating to your business stakeholders and something that they value and they understand? Okay, so yeah, so those are the things that I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to do one example of a project, handling a project on ChatGPT, so we can see how that works. Let me see if I can get, let me see if I can get that. So I'll just bring ChatGPT to my screen here, and let's work on a, let's say we have a, um, let's say we want to develop the use case for, can anybody give me any solution that we can work on and develop a use case on? So um, anyone in the chat, any use case time? Okay, oh, I'm already told that our time is up. Okay, you know what? Let me not do that. Let's go to any questions. Health identity, human resource app. Okay. A human resource app. Okay, let me just quickly do a human resource app. Okay. Um, develop the use case narrative for a human resource application. Or no, develop the use case models for a human resource application. Let's try this and see what it says. So this is a human resource application, and it's trying to describe the way a human being will interact with this human resource application. So you have employee onboarding, employee performance management, employee leave management, employee compensation management, and a couple of that. Now, you can do a deep dive into all this, where it will tell you all the use case relationships and all that. But this is just an example of how powerful this is. If you're going to type this in Google, it might be a little more difficult, but with these tools, it becomes easier. Now, I'm just going to respect people's time. Let me just try a traffic detection application. Okay, show me. Yeah, then one thing I wanted to say is, for instance, you do something on ChatGPT. The question I put is a prompt. If you want it to give you more information, all you say is continue. I made you tag continue. It starts giving you more extra things compared to added to that. So you need to master your the prompts that you use for ChatGPT. Stop generating, and let's look at the one for a traffic detection application. Provide me the use cases for a traffic detection application. Use cases. Okay, let's see what we get. And you can see that traffic monitoring, vehicle counting, and you can see it is generating all the use cases. You can now take this and use that to develop your model. And it even tells you the actors, shows you the actors that are going to be performing that particular use case, or that are going to be interacting with that particular use case. Now, let's ask something about certification. What are the knowledge areas you need to study for the certified business analysis professional certification. Okay. Says to become a certified, you need to have this. So it lists for you all the knowledge areas, the domain areas. And you can tell it to, so these are all the domain areas: business analysis, planning, and strategy analysis, and all that. Yeah, you need to create an account. So let me say stop. Stop. Let me say stop. So let's say, for instance, I want to say, something I wanted to say. Time up, yes. Okay. Develop 10 CBAP-like questions for the strategy analysis knowledge area. Now, I'm giving a disclaimer. Do not completely rely on this, So let's try. Let's see what it tells us. And it gives you the questions, likely questions that are related to that topic. How do you create an account? Just go on the website to show you how to create an account. So I think that is that. I will not go beyond that because of time. But I just quickly wanted to show you. I just want to put the name of the website that I mentioned earlier. So it is called round one interview.com. Okay, do we have any questions for me? I think I've answered all the questions that are here. Any questions before we call it a day?
Yeah, one other question. I won't say it's question really. Someone just said anytime she uses chat GPT for resume preparation, kind of gave her something verbatim based on the job description. So that means we need to review, like after you've gotten the resume from the platform, you need to review it. So you don't just use it that way. You need to
exactly
for using it.
Exactly. So I'm not going to say beyond that. It's not always accurate. So be careful how you use the information. Any other question before we call it a day? Any other question? You can unmute yourself. You can ask to unmute, and we unmute you, and we take your question. Any other question? Then one other thing I wanted to ask. What topics? It's just that my Mentimeter is not working. What topics would you be interested in us taking in our next webinar? Are there any topics that we are interested in? There's a lot to talk about, but I just don't want to come up with things myself. Is there any topic we are thinking of? I'm just putting it in the Mentimeter to see if I can get it to work again. So for your Mentimeter, you said?
I have a question. Can ChatGPT help with maybe process mapping and process flow?
Yes, it can.
So how do you ask the question?
No way. It's beyond this class, but it can. So just frame your question like okay, for instance, say you're working on a process. You can ask it, what are the actors that will be engaged with this process? So it is one question. The way it replies one question that will lead to the other question. But if you just ask it just verbatim like that, you might not get the answer that you're looking for. So there's a skill to asking these questions. But you just have to try it out yourself. But I can't go through all that right now because I've exceeded my time and I'm trying to rest. People are connecting from Nigeria. Or do send us an email. Send an email and we can always talk about that. Can we go to this link in our Menti and see if it's working? I just want to see what topics we are interested in. Please go to this Menti code. Go to menti.com, go to this code, and I just want to see our responses. I hope this one is working now. I hope it's working. Go to menti.com and try this out.
There's no
Okay.
question there yet.
There's no question here, but I already put the question now. This Menti is just...
You're not sharing it. I can't see it.
You can't see my screen.
I mean, what topics are you interested in?
When you put this code, what do you see?
When I put the code, it showed the first question that which was my current job role or something that.
Okay, can you see it now?
Oh, it's no active question for this presentation.
Well, this thing is really messing up then.
It now proves again why we still need business analysts instead of tools only. Yes, now. I will not predict this.
This one is, I'm surprised he's doing this because in all my tests, he didn't do this at all. So can you refresh again and let's see if it works now?
I just
maybe ask Adaipo. I don't know if I'm the only one.
active question for this presentation. That's what's showing on mine.
Okay, so
yes,
you know what?
No active question on this for this presentation. That's mine too.
Okay, you know what?
That's what is also showing here too.
Give me 1 second. I think I should be able to try a new slide and delete this old one. Delete and try a new slide.
So what's this website about?
It's just a poll. It's just a site that you can use for poll. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Try it now. Let's see. Let's try it now. Let's see.
The same code.
824.
Mm-hmm.
824.
I'm refreshing. 824204457.
Yes.
I'm refreshing, but I still cannot go beyond where I am.
Okay, so you can post it in the chat. I'll look at the chat later. Just post what topics you like us to talk about, and we'll talk about that in our next webinar. I don't want this to continue beyond this time. I think I'm going to investigate this my menti.com later to see why it is not working the way it should. Okay, relevance of Salesforce to business analysis. Okay, Salesforce. Okay, good. What's your current job role? What? Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. What's your current job role? Okay, good. Okay, so that's fine. Thank you everyone for attending. I don't think there are any more questions here for me. Process mapping. Okay, I'll take that into. Do you really want us to talk about process mapping? Okay, no problem. Can talk about that. How to align BA with cybersecurity. Good one. Yes. More topics quickly. Process mapping, how to align BA with, okay. Okay, I'm not seeing any more. The one more just came. Use cases and user stories. Wow, okay. I think I've talked about these things so many times that it doesn't look strange to me. Anyway, okay, no problem. So I will pick one of all those ones and we'll talk. Creating portfolio for business analysis, KPI and SLAs. Really? KPI and SLAs? Yeah, we can talk about that. I really didn't know these topics were this important to BAs, but we can. Defining SLAs, okay. SLAs are service level agreements and key performance indicators, KPIs. We can talk about that. Okay. There are no more questions. So I just want to thank everybody. Please do send us an email if you're interested in our services. And please go to our YouTube, like, share, and make a comment. And there are so many topics that will interest you there. I'm have more webinars to come. Please do join our WhatsApp group so you can be aware of the things that we are doing. And I want to say thank you to everybody that attended. Thank you for your time. And I really, really, really appreciate you. And Kemi, anything from you or from any other person before we call it a day? Okay, great. Thank you, picture. Okay. Can we turn on our cameras for a quick picture? I don't know if that is still possible. Cameras for a quick picture. Omo. You are relaxed. I like that. Afiz, I like your picture. Please turn on your camera. Some of you are just putting your what's it? Lots. Some of us are not properly dressed. Is your face usually dressed? It's your body that is dressed, not your face. So it's your face that I want to see. Joy or more.
Harry, be careful.
Sir? Okay, sorry I said that. I wasn't.
No,
What did I say?
For those people you are talking to, you know you are talking. It's their face that gets dressed, not them.
Igalo is okay.
How far now?
I can't laugh, Galo.
I can
It's
hardly
always
be
good
say
to-
it's not the face that get dressed.
Okay.
By the time they start dismantling things on that face, sometimes they use
please,
chisel and hammer.
please, for people that are dressing their faces, please just quickly dress your face and let's take it.
My face is dressed. Good evening.
Good evening, Christiana. Please dress your face. So me, I did not know if people used to dress their face. I thought it was just wearing your clothes. So okay, please let me give a few more minutes, then I'll just take a quick picture. Thank you. I really appreciate those turning on their videos. I just want to say thank you. So please turn it on and we'll take a quick video and we'll call it a day. I really hope that what we've shared today has helped. We could have gone deeper into ChatGPT, but if we start that one, we will not end because I will not stop. So, okay. I think, are we all ready now? Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Those people that are still connecting, wait, let me, okay. Wait, so somebody else just joined. Please, let me just take another one. Somebody else just joined. Forgive me. Let me move this to this place. Control N and Control V. Okay, I'll take another one. And I will take the last one now. After this one, I will take another one again.
I replied your message.
Hey, Igalo, this is a webinar. You want to hijack my webinar? Okay, so I'm taking the last video now. No, I don't like this one. Thank you, everybody. I really, really, really appreciate you and hope to see you in the next webinar. And please do take care of yourself and have a lovely night rest too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Harry.
Bye.
Thank you, Harry. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
I hope I was recording. Yes, I was.